Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Wine. Welcome back to art class. This week on our Paul Klee inspired artwork, our learning target tells us, I will create an abstract drawing inspired by Paul Klee using lines to show a feeling. So let's get started. This week, you will need your small thumbnail sketches. Remember, not your thumbnail. You will need your actual thumbnail drawings. And we want to think about how we can revise or improve that artwork and make it bigger. So the first thing you need to do is think about which thumbnail you should be using. And I want you to fold your paper so that you're only looking at that one thumbnail sketch. So you're only looking at one box. Then, if you did the watercolor wash painting last week, get that paper. If you didn't have watercolors and you didn't do the watercolor wash painting, that's okay. You can do this week's drawing on just plain white paper. So if you don't have the drawing with the colors, you're going to draw on a brand new sheet of white paper. Then, what I want you to think about doing is how could you take these ideas and make them bigger and better to fill up a new paper? So you're not starting all over again with a brand new idea. It's like an ELA class when you're writing. Your sketches are like your draft. And now we're going to take those same ideas and we're going to work on our final published piece or our final artwork. So, what you want to do is you're going to make this drawing bigger. If you think you need to change anything or add anything, you can add on or you could just change a few things. Then, if you're not sure what to do, go back and look at the rubric that I've put on your Google Classroom, and that will help you figure out what you need to do and change. Remember, we are trying to work just like Paul Klee. So you want to make sure that you're using just two kinds of lines. And you want to repeat those lines over and over to fill up your page and create balance. So if I'm using a combination of curved lines and straight lines, curved, straight, curved, here's some little short straight ones, using a curve to make a circle, or some other circles and some straight lines, more curves to make circles, more straight lines. So I'm just going to take the two kinds of lines that I'm using and repeat them over and over onto my paper until my whole paper is full and until I like my design. Remember, you should not be doing something totally different from your thumbnail sketch. Once you are finished drawing those two kinds of lines and repeating them over and over to fill and balance your page, you're ready for the last step. And the last step this week says you're going to trace them with a black marker, or you could use a black crayon. Now, if you're still not sure about your final design, you could take a picture of it while it's still in pencil and send me that picture for feedback. It's important to send me the picture for feedback before you trace in black, because once you've traced those lines in black, they are going to be on your page. Then Once you're sure of your design, you just neatly trace every single one of those lines with a black marker or crayon. You are not adding any other color this week. So if you are drawing on top of your painted paper, you will see that color in the background. But if you are drawing on the plain white paper, you'll just have the black lines like Paul Klee on plain white paper. That's okay because next week is going to be all about color again. So this week, when you're finished, you can take a photo, send it to me to look at, and then next week we'll be ready to start going back into the world of color inspired by Paul Klee. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and as always, keep on creating.